Hare Krishna. Today we will read the great book Finding Our Lost Happiness, written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Okay, this is the book. Okay, let's start the introduction. We will also make quiz that will help you to get spiritual knowledge or information. Okay, let's start. The Vedic literature has prophesied about the present age of cruelty and hypocrisy of the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga means the fourth age. There are four different kinds of ages in the Vedic timeline: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Just like there are 6 seasons or 4 seasons in a year, similarly in one day of Brahma, there are 100 cycles of 4 yugas. 4 yugas means 300,000 of years. It is a very long period. That is the duration of 4 yugas. When 1000 yugas pass, then one day of Brahma, 12 hours are finished. It is a big calculation. Anyway, there are 4 yugas. When 1000 yugas pass, anyway, there are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Kali Yuga. In Satya Yuga, the religious principles are followed strictly 100%. That is called Satya Yuga. And in Treta Yuga, 25% reduced. That means 75% religious principles and 25% religious. And in the Dwapar Yuga, 50-50. 50% religious and 50% irreligious. And the Kali Yuga, 75% irreligious and 25% religious, gradually reducing to nil. No more religion, then finished. Then there will be devastation. Again, Satya Yuga will begin. This is the way of change of Satya Yuga, Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. The duration of Satya Yuga is about 1800,000 of years. Similarly, Treta Yuga about 1200,000 of years. Similarly, Dwapar Yuga 800,000 of years, and Kali Yuga 400,000 of years. This is the beginning of Kali Yuga. Out of about 400,000 of years, we have passed only 5,000 years. Kali Yuga has begun just after the battle of Kurukshetra. So we have passed only about 5,000 years of this Kali Yuga, and 27,000 years are still in balance. Okay. The Srimad Bhagavatam, which was written by 5,000 years ago by Vedvyasa, an incarnation of the Lord himself, predicted the symptoms of the current age of quarreling and hypocrisy of Kali Yuga. A few of these symptoms are described as: with the progress of this age, Kali Yuga, Dharma, religious principles. Satyam means truthfulness, Shaucham, cleanliness, Prasna, forgiveness, Daya, mercifulness, Yu, duration of life, Balam, bodily strength and strength. Memory will gradually reduce to nil, almost nil. Vittam eva kalanam. If you get money somehow or other, then everything is there. You may be a 3rd class, 4th class, 10th class man, but if you get money some way or other, then you are very respectable. There is no question of your culture or aristocracy or education or knowledge. This is Kali Yuga. Dharma Nyaya Vyavastham Karanam Valam Evahi. And if you have got charisma, influence, strength, then your favor, everything will be decided. You are the most irregular person. But if you can bribe the price order, he will certify, yes, you are religious. So money, not actual qualification. Avartyanaya, Gavarvalyam Panditve, Kapalam Vaka. If you have no money, then you will never get justice in the court. If a man talks expertly, it does not matter what he talks. Okay? If even if nobody understands him, he is Pandita or scholar. Anyandhya tavi vasatadhutve sadhutve dambha ivatu स्वीकार एव कोद्वाहे स्नानम एव prasadhanam andhatya. If you are poor man, then you are dishonest. People will understand that this man is actually not honest because he does not know to earn money by hook or crook. Satyat ve dhar swatam eva hit, and one who will simply play jugglery of words. He will be considered as very truthful. Dakshyam Kutumba Varanam, one shall be considered very expert if he can maintain his family, wife and children. That means this will be difficult. It has already become difficult to maintain wife and a few children. That is also a great burden at the present moment. Therefore, nobody wants to marry. Human society at the present moment is not in the darkness of awful living. It has made rapid progress in the field of material comforts, education and economic development throughout the entire world. But there is a pinprick somewhere in the social body at large, and therefore there are large-scale quarrels, even over less important issues. There is need of a clue as to how humanity can become one in peace, friendship and prosperity with the common cause. The gross materialists who cannot see beyond materialistic activities find it impossible to believe that besides our material universe, a spiritual universe exists. Completely identifying with the body, such materialists are like animals simply eating, sleeping, mating and defending. They are so captivated by these four animalistic propensities that they lost the power of discriminate between sinful and pious activities. They tirelessly endeavor for a little sense gratification, but all their efforts end in futility. Many modern scientists have taken up the role of prides, facilitating such gross activities which are unbeneficial and fatal. Okay, these scientists have made available a variety of products made simply to titillate the senses, thus creating a deadly competitive mood. Thus creating a deadly competitive mood among the materialists, which has in turn caused an obnoxious atmosphere in society. People think they become free and independent through such sensual activities, but factually, they become more tightly bound up in chairs. No, chains. Bound up in chains. The greater their accumulated wealth, the greater then their anxiety and difficulty. As much as they try to usurp the Supreme Lord's position of being the only enjoyer, that much and more are they drawn up into the jaws of a horrible death. And these activities make a Herculean task out of such a simple and basic activity as sustaining the body, which needs a little nourishment only. The endeavors human beings have made to establish a close and harmonious relation with one another have culminated in the United Nations. This organization is based on the concept of the family unit. Okay. The gradual expansion of the family unit to a large community, to a village, to a state, to a country, and finally to a continent has given the clue for the formation of the United Nations. The thing to be noted, however, is its center. What is the central attraction? If the process of expansion were reversed, we would end up with the human body as the basic unit. The senses are of prime importance in the body. More important than the senses is the mind, then intelligence, and finally and false ego. And more important than the false ego is the real self, a pure spiritual being that is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the conclusion is that the fountainhead of everything is Lord Vishnu. For this reason, Prahlada Maharaj said, persons who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader of Guru a similar blind man attached to external sense objects cannot understand that the goal of life is to return home back to Godhead and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. Those who lose sight of the center and become attracted to the externals are shallow and misguided. These misguided persons are in a sense blind. Hence the world cannot expect them to give any guidance toward enlightenment. However much these blind people may pretend to guide and benefit other blind people, factually they are fully controlled by the will of providence. We should make the effort to understand that the cause and source of everything is Lord Vishnu and the absolute truth, and that the fullest manifestation of this absolute truth is Lord Krishna, the source of even Lord Vishnu. As Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, O conqueror of air, no, O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me. Okay. Forgetfulness of the Supreme Lord Vishnu is human society's real and original disease. So, if one does not treat this ailment but instead shows insincere and shallow concern for the patients, one might give them some momentary relief and pleasure. But ultimately, such a course of action cannot cure them permanently if the patient goes for proper medicine and diet, but is instead administered bad medicine and diet, then he is certainly in the jaws of death. Disparity in human society is due to lack of principles in a godless civilization. There is God or the Almighty One, from whom everything emanates, by whom everything is maintained, and in whom everything is merged to rest. Material science has tried to find the ultimate source of creation very insufficiently, but it is a fact that there is one ultimate source of everything that we. This ultimate source is explained rationally and authoritatively in the beautiful Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavatam. After considerable deliberation, the saints in the fast concluded that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Being, the origin of all expansions and manifestation of the Supreme Absolute Truth. As the Srimad Bhagavatam declares, all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. The Brahma Samhita confirms this. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. Thus, if we can transcend the material body and its physical relationships and become connected with everyone through the Lord Krishna, the original Godhead, we can relate on a platform of truth and reality. Then the actual meaning of fraternity and equality will crystallize. In this age of Kali, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and preached that in this age the Vedic activities cannot be systematically performed because people are so fallen. He gave this recommendation from the Shastras. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Kevalam Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Ita Gatiranyatha. In this age of Kali, there is no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name of Lord Hari. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore teaching people all over the world how to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And this has proved very much effective in all places at all times. The Supreme Personality of Godhead appears in order to teach us Vedic principles intended for understanding Him. Vedas ka sarva aha eva Vedya. One should not mistake the body of Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be a material body like ours. For Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as needed for the benefit of the entire human society. Out of causeless mercy, the Lord appears in different ages in his original Suddha Sattva. That means transcendent body to elevate human society up to this spiritual platform upon which they can truly benefit. Unfortunately, modern politicians and other leaders stress the bodily comforts of life and concentrate on the activities of this ism and that ism, which they describe in different kinds of flowery language. Essentially, such activities are the activities of animals. Saiva Gokhara. We should learn how to act from Bhagavad Gita. which explains everything for human understanding. Thus, we can become happy even in this age of Kali. A student is to be considered perfected when he understands the identity of the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Unless one is under the shelter of a realized spiritual master, his understanding of the Supreme is simply foolishness. However, one can fully understand the transcendental Lord by service and devotion. Lord Chaitanya declared that the Hare Krishna mantra could at once deliver a conditioned soul from material contamination. In this age of Kali, there is no alternative of chanting this Maha mantra. It is stated that the essence of all Vedic literature is the chanting of this holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In 3 out of the 4 millenniums, namely Satyuga, Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, people had the honor to be able to understand transcendence through the path of disciplined succession. However, in the present age, people have no interest in the disciplined succession. Instead, they have invented many paths of logic and argument. These individuals attempt to understand the supreme transcendence called the ascending process is not approved by the Vedas. The absolute truth must descend from the absolute platform. He is not to be understood by the ascending process. The holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is a transcendental vibration because it comes from the transcendental platform, the supreme abode of Krishna. Because there is no difference between Krishna and his friends, the holy name of Krishna is as pure, perfect, and liberated as Krishna himself. Academic scholars have no entrance by means of logic and other argument into the understanding of the transcendental nature of the holy name of God. The single path in understanding the transcendental nature of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the chanting of these names with faith and adherence. Such chanting will realize one from designated condition arising from the gross and subtle bodies. In this age of logic, argument and disagreement, the chanting of Hare Krishna is the only means of self-realization. Because this transcendental vibration alone can deliver the conditional soul. It is considered to be the essence of the Vedanta Sutra. According to the material conception, there is duality between the name from quality, emotions and activities of a person and the person himself. But as far as the transcendental vibration is concerned, there is no such limitation. For its descent from the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, there is no difference between the name of the person and the quality of the person. All Vedic rituals, mantras, and understanding are compressed into 8 words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Similarly, in the Kali Santana Upanishad, it is stated, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti sodhaskam namanam kali kalmasa nasanam nada parattarupya sarva vedasu dasyate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These 16 names composed of 32 syllables are the only means to counteract the evil effects of Kali Yuga. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this age than the chanting of Hare Krishna. Okay, it is finished.